I'm a local distributor and also provide design solutions for various projects that we bid on. And this year I purchased a batch of fans from Decent Machinery for our projects. So far, our company employees are very satisfied with the products and services of Decent Machinery. Now, I bought fans from all over the world before, but the experience of the fans purchased from Decent Machinery is the best. The most important thing is the right price. Our purchasing department has done a price comparison which is half the price of second-hand fans in Europe and the United States. And the air volume and the pressure fully meet our requirements. Now, I compared the fan we used before with the Decent Machinery fan and have to sincerely recommend that friends who need a fan can try Decent Machinery. So first of all, the technical team of Decent Machinery can design the fan that I want according to the air volume, the pressure and the temperature requirements that I provide. And then they provide us with the fan parameters, the performance curves, the drawings, the foundation drawings and so on. So we can check all this before we place the order. We summarize all the details in our communication and they then confirm it all with us. And after receiving the deposit, Decent Machinery connect with a technical video and then finalize all the technical specifications to ensure that there's nothing wrong. Now, I'm very satisfied with such a rigorous team. And better still, feel confident to send our order to Decent Machinery. So, during the production process of the goods, Decent Machinery give me feedback on the progress every 3 days. I can also check our tracking progress on the official website of Decent Machinery. So, after the production's completed, Decent Machinery do a full set of performance tests for our fans, and these include dynamic balance tests, the air volume test, the pressure test, the current test, voltage test, vibration test, noise test, thickness test, materials test, and so on. Now, we also use a third-party organization, SGS, to help us inspect the goods. Now, Decent Machinery fully cooperated. The test was completed, and we also received the qualification report. So the next stage, during the transportation of the goods, Decent Machinery also updated us on the sailing conditions of the ship regularly so that we know where our products are at any given time, which obviously provides me with a huge amount of confidence. Now, of course, if you do need it very urgently, Decent Machinery can also arrange air transportation for you to get it to you obviously a lot quicker. Now, few Chinese suppliers pay attention to the outer packaging of the product, so I didn't really have many expectations and requirements for the packaging. Now, I didn't expect it, but the first time I received the goods, I was really very pleasantly surprised. The packaging of Decent Machinery is really professional. It takes time to transport, but because it's so well fixed and the packaging arrived intact, the product is so well protected inside without any bumps or damage, and an anti-dumping sign is posted on the outer box, which is obviously very carefully designed. So Decent Machinery's materials themselves are also chosen very carefully. They can provide steel plates of different materials such as carbon steel, stainless steel, manganese steel and titanium alloy. Now, I know that they have strict standards and requirements for the thickness of the material used in each part of the fan to maximize the efficiency of that fan, and especially the blade design. Now, the blades I bought from Europe before were blown off. I reported the situation to Decent Machinery, and taking into account our concerns, Decent Machinery made upgrades and improvements on this to ensure that the air volume and pressure remained just where I needed them. Now, under the same premise, the blade angle is adjusted, the blade roots reinforced, and the speed is reduced to ensure the long-term stable operation of the blade without breaking. Now, our fans are used outdoors. There'll be rainy seasons and high temperatures. Decent Machinery polishes the rust on the surface of the fan and sprays it with an anti-rust paint. Now, after several months of wind and sun, the fan is still like new. And the color of the fan is also customizable. We chose the green color that matches the color of our workshop production line. Because each country follows different color standards to avoid color differences, but Decent Machinery carefully issued the color number card to confirm it with us. Now, of course, you can also tell Decent Machinery your company's logo, and they can also customize it for you. Now, Decent Machinery's fan welding seam is uniform, very uniform, and it's no exaggeration to say that it can meet European and American welding seam standards. They showed us the welder certificates of the workers, including the 2 senior welders. Now for the motor, we chose Siemens motors because Siemens motors have local after-sales service, which will be more convenient when repairing, of course. Now, including voltage and several phases are customized according to our requirements, of course. But Decent Machinery will give you more choice. For example, the motors of ABB, WEG, and other brands are also long-term motor suppliers of Decent Machinery. And by the way, we also let Decent Machinery match us with Siemens VFD and PLC. We only need to tell the functions that we want to achieve for Decent Machinery, and they completed the design we wanted within 2 days and provided electrical circuit diagrams for confirmation with us. So we've selected SKF bearings and of course other brands such as NSK. You can tell Decent Machinery and they'll help you realize them one by one because our fans need to work in a high temperature environment of 600 degrees C. Decent Machinery will return it to me. The bearing box combined with water cooling and lubrication system is selected. Now, in addition to working hard on the key components of the fan, Decent Machinery is also very careful in handling the details. Mechanical seals, coupling covers, belt covers, rain covers, drains, access doors. In all of this, Decent Machinery should without doubt satisfy you. They satisfied us. Wherever safety is involved, the safety yellow of the international standard will be adopted. Decent Machinery strives, I know, to follow all international standards. Decent Machinery also equipped our fans with a full set of stainless steel anchor bolts. Now, even if the fans work under severe corrosion or high temperatures, the bolts won't corrode and become difficult to disassemble. So in addition, and importantly, there are English manuals, maintenance manuals and atlases for the fans in the packaging box of the Decent Machinery for our use and, of course, for reference. Now, the wind turbines we purchased before often experience trips, overcurrents, impeller vibrations and unstable operation. We had to stop all equipment to repair the wind turbines each time, in addition to constantly spending high maintenance costs. Our company's production capacity was, of course, also affected by this. Now, all this was until we encountered Decent Machinery, and since then, our production capacity has also been significantly improved. And what surprised me the most was that Decent Machinery even has after-sales service. Now, to be honest, I often purchase from China, and I'm not used to having after-sales service, or some Chinese suppliers making verbal promises, you know, the sort of thing. But I can't find anyone after a problem happens with all these other manufacturers. Now, I didn't know what to expect from Decent Machinery, but I've been impressed. After the product was sold, we still maintain good communication. The after-sales service department of Decent Machinery will share the knowledge of the fan with us from time to time, or even remind us to maintain the equipment. Now, that's service. And even if there are some minor problems, Decent Machinery also attaches great importance to it. They always reply to us within 24 hours and give us solutions. And if necessary, we'll also make an appointment for their engineers to conduct video guidance with us so that we feel that Decent Machinery is always there by our side. Now, I heard that Decent Machinery has been exported to more than 120 countries, including Europe and the United States. It's an expert in this industry and has CE and ISO certification. Decent Machinery's fans can also be used for high temperature, high pressure, material transportation, gas pressurization, cement plants, steel plants, incinerators, thermal power plants, incinerators, industrial dust removal, and so on. So, if you need them, you should contact Decent Machinery. I believe this will be a choice you won't regret.